The skirts are short and the hair is high, and the show is groovy. Shout the Mod musical follows the trials and tribulations of 5 women's journey through love in the 60s. Here to give us a preview of the show now playing at the Straz are stars Julia Rufino and Jessica Moreton. Good morning.
Good morning.
This show sounds like so much fun. Tell me a little bit about how fun it actually is being on stage and doing this every night. I don't know who wants to go first, but
well, I mean, it's a lot of fun. You know, we have 5 women. It's all in the cast. There's 5 women, and we have a female director. So, you know, you expect sometimes like drama backstage with so many, you know, female hormones, but really we get along great. We have so much fun, laughs all the time backstage. So I mean, it's great.
Well, my first question, I thought, well, how many men are in the audience? And you said, well, believe it or not, one of the shows you just did, the whole front row was men. But then my first line are the skirts are short, so maybe that's why.
They were into it.
Talk about some of the storylines that are kind of set the stage a little bit, pun intended there, on what people can expect.
Yeah. So this is a jukebox musical, so it's a lot of 60s songs.
Okay.
You know, someone will recognize at least one of them. They're great hits, and it's kind of it tells a story of these 5 women that are at different journeys. They're at a different point in their life, and they are reading Shout, the Mod musical, the Mod magazine, and there's an advice columnist that they're writing letters to seek advice for their
and this is not set in the United States, by the way.
Not. It's in England.
Okay,
so we
you have fun
British accents. Yeah. Yes, and it's really cool because it parodies the societal expectations of women in the 1960s, especially. So you get to giggle at how things were then and how far we've come to now. So some of the advice is you must be a good mother and a good wife and go get a pedicure, everything will be fine. You know, now we have so much more freedom to express ourselves and not be so cookie cutter and rigid.
But even in the show, it progresses from the beginning to the end. You know, our own opinions of the advice columnist and the advice she's giving us, to really see that we're coming to know, like, this is not right. You know, we're more than this. So it's nice seeing the progression in the show.
Yeah.
What has been some of the reaction from fans? Have they kind of stopped you guys and said, hey, this is what I love? I mean, any feedback yet?
I mean, we had our first audience last night, which was great because it was like the last missing piece of the puzzle. And they had lots of laughter and a lot of response.
Do you feedback on that?
It was so refreshing having an audience and hearing afterwards that people just wanted more music and they wanted more. And that's nice.
That's the biggest compliment.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell me a little bit both about your backgrounds. Let's start with you, because what I love too is this is home for you guys.
Yeah. So I've most of my life here in like Clearwater, Pinellas area, and I done a lot of community theater throughout the years, and I taught dance, used to co-run a dance studio. So this is just, you know, another step in my journey.
Is there lots of dancing, obviously, in this too? I would imagine with the music.
We're pretty
I mean, well, you look beautiful this morning. You wouldn't be able to tell. And then what about you? What's your background?
So I grew up in Spring Hill, Florida, which is about an hour north, and I actually went to UT right across the river. So it's really cool to be at the Straz Center and to be, you know, in my hometown and in Tampa, where we did thespian festivals and stuff in high school. So it's really cool.
Well, what's your take home when people come out and see this? What do you hope they kind of take, you know, other than just having a good time, which I think is going to be a given, right? How could it not be? What do you hope that women and maybe even the men in the audience?
Well, I hope they realize that, you know, within every stereotype of a woman, you know, whether it's like the nerd, the promiscuous one, or the goody two-shoes, that, you know, each of those women have their own issues within. And they're not all what they are, you know, show on the outside, that there's more to them than just what, you know, they portray or their character. So it's just seeing that everyone has some kind of hurdle to overcome. And even in this fun-loving show, we do have those moments where you're like, wow, I really felt that. And despite,
I think sometimes we feel like we're the only ones battling these problems, and we're the only ones that feel like we're kind of going through this. And time again, you hear it's not.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of unity and empowerment. And just to nod back, see how far we've come from the 60s and compare it to now. So
well,
it's nice.
Ladies, such a joy to have you here this morning. Continue to have fun. And by the way, because they're in colors, so if you go see it, you're
I'm the green girl.
The green girl.
And I'm red girl.
And the red girl. All right. Well, again, such a pleasure. Thank you both so much for coming in. This is going to be playing for the next several weeks through the end of March, really.
March 22nd is our last show.
All right. Sounds good. Well, keep us posted on what's next for you ladies, okay?
Thanks so much.
We, of course, will put more details on our website as well.
Cool.